Sessions from the box. Sessions from the box.
Let's have a little history lesson. Rydian and Ritzy, you guys were in Sidecar Kisses, and then Tricky Nixon. How
Getting triggered here.
Triggered
Nixon.
Yeah, well, we've known each other a long time. We went to school together. We, oddly enough, both had separate projects in school. You know, we were in various bands and stuff, but never actually worked together. So, yeah, a few years before the start of this band, I had a band in Manchester, England, and Ritzy joined eventually that as a guitarist, and yeah, we went through various guises really, and
Well, just
but that,
two.
well,
Those two.
yeah,
There's a variety.
But I also mean, I suppose, in terms of how we work together, you know, eventually, because I suppose that was. Yeah, Ritzy coming in and well, initially anyway, playing the parts that were kind of there,
They were already
really,
written.
wasn't it? So, and this band really was about us as two songwriters coming together equally. I think.
No more
this
charts for the Joy Formidable.
Yeah, kind of equally.
Yeah.
Yeah, the good stuff over here. Yeah.
Fair enough. So the new album, I have my own particular way of saying it. I don't know if it's the right way of saying it, but I just say it like an exclamation, like, ah!
That's
Yeah,
it.
Right?
I like it.
Like a pirate.
Like a pirate. Yeah, exactly right. That was recorded after a spell that you were in Utah, right?
Mm-hmm.
How that must have rubbed off on the. I mean, that album is. It sounds different than all your other albums. It's got more electronics and more. I don't know.
It's weirder, isn't it?
Yes. In so many words.
Yeah.
What effect did that have on the album? Like in your making of the album?
You mean like being in Utah?
Yeah, being in Utah.
Well, I think there was a few different things that came from that. You know, it's an album that almost didn't get made because I think after Hitch we were kind of fed up about a lot of different things. There was some personal stuff going on, but then we were kind of demoralised about the way that Hitch had been kind of shat on by the musical industry gods in terms of just the simple things like just sending it to people and you know, sending it right and doing things on time. And we got into kind of like some litigation, and yeah, it was just a horrible big fat mess, to be honest. And it, you know, and Hitch is probably one of my favorite albums that we've ever made as well. So it just, you know, when you've had that moment, you really I don't know, you feel really like you really care about something that you've put out there, and then you just sort of see what
Yeah.
you know, the after effect of
thwarted,
how thwarted it can all end up feeling. So I think we all needed so I guess the making of Arth, you know, we were kind of like toying with whether or not we needed to just step away for a minute, whether or not we had the energy, because I think it's incredibly important when you go to make a body of work, or, you know, if you want to do something creative, that you feel like you've got, you know, the passion and the energy for it still. And we were kind of borderline. You know, I don't know, I don't want to speak for everybody, but I kind of felt like I was borderline of whether or not we wanted another round of, you know, maybe getting thumped in the gut, and just where we were at. But we went into the studio, we went back to Utah, and I think Utah's, you know, it's an interesting place. I think the one thing that's very clear about it can be quite a rejuvenating place. It's very bright, colourful. The air tastes good. You know, the skies are pretty, the stars are good, you know, like, and I think it was the sort of setting that we maybe needed just to step back for a minute, and we started demoing, making some music again, and we realised that I think that we actually realised that we could transform, you know, it could be quite a transformative album into actually a new chapter, instead of like feeling a little bit bleak like we were maybe doing at the start.
Okay, so this is the Welsh version of The Greatest Light is the Greatest Shade. It's called y Golau Mwyaf yw'r Cysgod Mwyaf.
Rhostrin agored yn y gwynt daw diwrnod tawel Mae'r breuddwyd, mae'r breuddwyd, mae'r breuddwyd mewn sbiendrych nawr. Mae'r breuddwyd, mae'r breuddwyd, mae'r breuddwyd, mae'r breuddwyd, mae'r breuddwyd mewn sbiendrych nawr. O dan y clawr mae gyfrinach yn aflon y ddydd. Mae'r braw yn tyfu a methu yn fy nhynnu i daw diwrnod tawel daw fy niwrnod i Mae'r breuddwyd, mae'r breuddwyd, mae'r breuddwyd mewn sbiendrych nawr. Mae'r breuddwyd, mae'r breuddwyd, mae'r breuddwyd, mae'r breuddwyd, mae'r breuddwyd mewn sbiendrych nawr. Mae'r breuddwyd, mae'r O dan y clawr mae cyfrinach yn aflon y ddydd. Nes droed i y gobaith o'r tywyllwch a thlygau di. And hotel laundries are always a bit horrible, aren't they? They're always like, stuff comes out like hairier than it went in. Yeah, it's like, what's all this hair? Help!
Put brown knickers in there.
Matt had a very big sewing phase, didn't you?
Legitimately?
A knitting phase on tour.
I spent about 2 weeks embroidering a present for my wife as well, like an anniversary present.
That's dope.
With his
Embroidery's dope.